think what people really just are still struggling with is this transition, right? TradFi, CFI, DeFi. And this is a move toward DeFi. Clearly, there is a resolution coming, and it's going to have to do with a co-opetition, shall we say. Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Talk Crypto. Coinbase has taken a huge step forward by deploying Base, an Ethereum Layer 2 scaling network. The official launch of the Base testnet occurred on Thursday, and Coinbase have voiced their intention to incubate it in order to promote its decentralization over time. On Twitter, Coinbase explained that Base is an Ethereum Layer 2, designed to provide a secure yet cost-effective means of building decentralized applications. They have set their sights on making on-chain the go-to platform, while also working towards bringing 1 billion plus users into the crypto economy. Coinbase has also announced the introduction of a Base ecosystem fund to provide capital for early-stage projects that meet their investment standards. It promises lower fees than those of on-chain Ethereum transactions. In today's video, investor Mark Yusko joined Mike of Blockworks Macro to discuss his thoughts on this move from Coinbase, and how this could solidify Ethereum's key role in the digital economy moving forward. Furthermore, he believes people are still struggling to transition from traditional finance to crypto finance, which allowed companies like Blockfi to think they could become lenders. Finally, Yusko is of the opinion that a cooperative solution is forthcoming and will result in a win-win situation for all participants. Could Coinbase move signal a turning point in the midst of the crypto winter? How will this affect the crypto developer ecosystem? Let's listen to Yusko's thoughts on this matter. But before we do, please consider subscribing to our channel, as we bring you daily content on the latest crypto news. And now, let's jump right into the video.
Brian has made some very controversial decisions, if you listen to the Twitter sphere, and but they, in hindsight, look to be pretty right. He has stood firm on principle rather than give in capriciously to threats from the SEC, and I admire that, because it's really easy to say, oh, you're my regulator, so I'll just do what you tell me to do, even if I don't agree with it or if it's wrong. So I think that there's perhaps a little bit of telling people what they want to hear, right? Aspiring to profitability in tough periods, given haven't been able to do that. Okay. But at least that's the right aspiration compared to there's so many companies still. 40% of the top 2,000 companies in the country don't make money. The thing I'm super excited about Coinbase is this decision, as you said, to go with Base and to not try to create their own L1 like all these other exchanges that have met an ugly demise. To basically make an endorsement of Ethereum as a layer one
endorsement, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think it is. Yeah. But I think it's really interesting, and I think what people really just are still struggling with is this transition, right? TradFi, CFI, DeFi, and this is a move toward DeFi, clearly. And that's a good thing, but people just are still stuck on this, no, exchanges are bad and not your keys, not your coins. Like, please stop. Just please stop that. The idea that Coinbase, which a lot of people say, oh, crypto, it's a fad, is 108 million people. That just let that hang in the air. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. In a relatively short amount of time, Coinbase is a third as old as Netflix, maybe, roughly, maybe 30% as old. So, it's really gratifying to see that adoption. So I just think that's congratulations to, again, Brian and the team, and good for all of us.
Coinbase and other blockchain platforms are trying to draw in more people who will create apps and complete transactions via their platform. This is one of the key ways they can generate income. Developing applications that rely on the chain will create a recurring cycle of more and more people getting involved and developers being funded. This would result in a substantial growth in the number of transactions happening over there. However, Brian and the team have taken a risk by introducing this model, as it may affect their legacy business. Will this move pay off in the long run? Let's hear Yusko's opinion.
Great example of giving up the good to embrace the great.
Yeah.
And that's the way great businesses run.
Yeah.
Always, right? Those that resist the new die. Companies don't die because they act incorrectly. They die because they don't act. They're paralyzed by what could happen, that they just don't act, and they die. And so to have the courage to act, knowing that, yeah, this could cannibalize some of my core business, but I have conviction, or we, because it's a we, collective we, have conviction that this is going to be the proper evolution of the business. That's what leadership is. That's my hashtag edge. That's edge. That's how you gain edge, is you have courage. So, and I would say that unfortunately, the overall markets have drifted that way in the social media age, that everything's so focused on how did you do yesterday, or how'd you do an hour ago, instead of how are you going to do 5 years out or 10 years out. The thing about that is vision. People with vision are rare. Like people who can actually envision something that doesn't exist, right? I've been tweeting around this video of Steve Jobs, where he's talking about the future of computing. And I love watching videos of that guy. I mean, he was just so amazing. I mean, such. Now, people say, oh, but he was a jerk and he was this. Maybe true. All those things may be true. But as a person of vision, and as a person able to articulate vision and the future, and the quote I put on it is, look, talent is hitting the target no one else can hit. Right? Yeah. We can set up a target. We can all take our bows and arrows and we can fire, and a good archer will hit the target and everyone else will miss. Genius is hitting the target that no one else can see. I know. Like, I can't even see it out there. Where the heck is it? And this guy's just drilling it every time.
Mike, the host of the show, argued that if traditional finance won the on-ramps into crypto, a lot of the tension between regulators, governments, and crypto would dissipate, as the transition from traditional finance to crypto and DeFi is still bumpy. Let's hear what Yusko had to say about that.
That is where this is headed.
I think it probably
absolutely
is
where
too.
This is headed.
Yeah,
it's sins of omissions and sins of commission, right?
Yeah.
That the TradFi has the knowledge and the experience of how the financial system works, but they're reticent to go to the new rails because the old rails are good for them. The new age innovators, they don't really understand exactly all the rules, and so they're like, oh, I can wing it. I can be a lender. I know how to lend. It's hard. Mm-hmm. And it was they didn't intend, like, Blockfi, or maybe, I don't know about Celsius, but Voyager, Blockfi, some of they didn't intend to be defrauded by FTX, right? That's not what they intended. That was not their intent. They didn't intend to have big bad loans. They didn't intend for a single loan to suddenly be 20% of their book. That wasn't the intention. But what they didn't know, because they'd never experienced it, was your assets can fall 80%. There can be bank runs. There can be market corrections. So you think 7% to a single borrower is safe. Well, not if you can't change it as your AUM goes down and becomes 21 or 31. So to your point, it wasn't an intentional sin, but it was still a sin, right? You failed to act, therefore it's a sin of omission. And I do want people to kind of timestamp that prediction that you had, which is there is a resolution coming, and it's going to have to do with a co-optition, shall we say, and bring it back to based, right? Everybody's going to get based. Everybody is going to kind of because the future is going to happen. Blockchain is going to happen. The rails, ACH and Fedwire, Swift, it's going away. It's going away. And whether it's all going to be ruled by the new or the old, it's probably this.
Yeah.
Coinbase is second only to Binance in terms of user base, giving it a lot of clout and power in the cryptocurrency world. Consequently, its decisions and actions can have a huge effect on the entire ecosystem. What do you think of Mark's opinion in this interview? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give us a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This is Let's Talk Crypto, and we'll see you in the next video.